Before you give up, before you walk away from everything you've worked so hard for, just stop, breathe, and listen. I know you're tired. Tired of trying. Tired of believing in something that still hasn't shown up. Tired of pouring your heart into a dream that feels like it keeps slipping through your fingers. You might be thinking, maybe this isn't meant for me. Maybe I was foolish to believe I had what it takes. But what you don't realize is, most people quit inches before their breakthrough. They give right before the tide turns. They walk away moments before the door finally opens. They turn around when they're closer than they've ever been, and they never even know it. In 1998, a frustrated young man slammed his laptop shut. Another failed attempt at launching a video sharing site. He stared at his code, at his dream, and whispered to himself, "Nobody wants this. It's pointless." That man was Steve Chen. And the very next morning, when no one was watching, when no applause was waiting, he decided to try one more time. That platform? YouTube. The one that would change the internet forever. What if Steve had stayed gone? What if he let the doubt win? There's something no one ever tells you about success. The storm always gets loudest right before it clears. When you're the closest you've ever been, that's when it feels the hardest. That's when your legs shake, your spirit wavers, your vision blurs. Not because you're failing, but because you're almost there. Think of a rocket. It burns 80% of its fuel just to escape gravity. The fight feels heaviest right before liftoff. A woman once wrote a novel. She poured herself into it, every page a piece of her soul. But rejection after rejection came. No publisher wanted it. No agent believed in it. She snapped, threw the manuscript into the fire, convinced no one would ever read it. 3 months later, her genre exploded in popularity. Authors like her were getting deals, movies, book tours. She missed her moment by a chapter. And there was a young sprinter. He trained for years, rain, sweat, pain, qualified for the Olympic trials. But after 2 disappointing finishes, he quit, walked away from the sport. The man who came in right behind him, he stayed. He qualified. He won gold. 5.02 seconds, 200ths of a second. That's how close greatness can be. Maybe you're in that place now. You feel stuck, invisible, like you've been pushing a boulder uphill and no one even notices. You lie awake at night asking, why am I still doing this? What's the point? But let me ask you something powerful. What if tomorrow is the day it all clicks? What if the email you've been waiting on comes through? What if the right person finally sees your work? What if the door opens, not by force, but because you were simply still standing when it did? You don't need to sprint. You don't need to do something massive or heroic today. You just need to stay. Stay in the room. Stay on the path. Stay true to your voice, your vision, your fight. Let the doubts pass like clouds. Let the noise of the world fade like background static, and keep showing up. Because sometimes the only thing between you and your breakthrough is one more try. This moment you're in, it's not the ending. It's not the chapter where your story collapses. It's the part right before everything shifts. The part that breaks you so you can be rebuilt stronger. The part that tests you so you know your own worth. The part that feels like the end, but becomes your beginning. You weren't meant to quit here. You weren't meant to back down, to dim your light, to settle. You were meant to rise, to try again, to take one more step, even if it's small, even if it's slow, even if your hands are shaking. Because breakthroughs rarely come with warnings. They show up when you're about to walk away and whisper, "Don't, not yet, you're close." So stay, try again, rest if you must, but don't give up. Your future self is waiting, right past the breaking point, right past the fear. You're closer than you think. And if you just hold on a little longer, everything can change.